Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by the Toyota Grand Highlander. Life's journey brings constant change, filled with exciting surprises and grand challenges. And with its spaciousness, power, and style, the Toyota Grand Highlander is more than a vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From the spacious adult-sized third row to seating for up to 8 passengers, the Toyota Grand Highlander is up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Stager.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. We are so happy you decided to join us today. Before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. It is so easy to set up and break down. I think that's what makes it so handy to use and why I'm basically using it every day at practice. Mention Coach Unplugged and they'll give you $400. You said that right, $400 off your next purchase. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It is run by a basketball coach for basketball coaches at any level. You're not going to find anything out there, and it's got a 14-day free trial. We believe in it so much. We want you to join. We want you to come and kick the tires around. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I can tell you people love it. I can tell you that people do not want to leave. Go over and check it out. And it's got everything from clinics to videos to me talking, to lessons, to courses, to handouts, to practice planning, to parenting, to whatever you need as a basketball coach. It's got it in there. Also, go over and check out our other podcasts, High School Hoops, 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast, Funnel Down Defense, and leave a 5-star review. We'd love those. All right, let's head off to the podcast.
Hey, welcome back to the classroom. You know, basketball at all levels of the game is essentially a game of runs. I mean, you see it happen all the time. 2 teams will trade baskets back and forth, or maybe they'll even trade defensive stops back and forth. And this might go on for several minutes, and then all of a sudden one of the teams goes on a run and scores 6 to 8 points. And sometimes that happens several times in a game, and sometimes it only happens once, but often once is enough to make the difference between winning and losing. We've always made it a point of emphasis to try to win the game of runs. And so what we want to do is offensively, we never want to go down the floor 3 straight possessions without scoring. Defensively, we never want to allow our opponents to score 3 straight times. We feel that if we can win those 2 scenarios often enough, then we are going to win the game. And in fact, as the season progresses, we actually set a goal to score 3 straight times, 7 different times over the course of the game. Or we'll have the goal to get 3 straight stops 7 times over the course of the game. But anyway, what we start emphasizing and teaching this in practice in the preseason. And what we do is we divide our team in half, and then we scrimmage for 15 minutes. While the players are scrimmaging, we are sitting on the sideline and we are keeping track of every single possession. Now, a possession is every time a team has the ball. So if they get an offensive rebound, then that is the previous possession. That possession continues. If the ball is knocked out of bounds, then that possession continues. And we keep track of every single possession and chart it down, whether the offense scores or not, whether the defense gets a stop or not. If at any time the offense scores 3 straight times, then we stop and the defense has to run a halfback fullback. If at any time the offense goes 3 straight times without scoring, then we stop the scrimmage and the offense runs a halfback fullback. Now, when you first do this, it seems like you're going to do more running than actually scrimmaging, but that's okay by us because we are trying to not just get in shape, but we are trying to teach a lesson here. Now, after the offense goes down with 2 straight empty possessions where they don't score, we will warn the offense from the sideline and we will yell, "Okay, green," which is our jersey color. "Okay, green, you have to score." So that's letting them know that they've gone twice without scoring. They need to score on this possession, and so they must make sure that their best scorer or best shooter gets a good look at the basket. They've got to make sure that they don't turn the ball over, and they have to make sure that when the shot goes up, everybody who's responsible to rebound rebounds, and because an offensive rebound will extend the possession. Now, when the offense scores twice in a row, we'll also warn the defense and we'll yell, "Okay, White, you have to get a stop." That's letting the defense know they need to tighten up, they can't foul, and they can't give up any offensive rebounds that will extend the possession. And it really makes for an interesting way to scrimmage, and it causes some really good teaching points, some really good scenarios. One of them happens for, let's say, for example, green has not scored twice down, but white has scored twice down. So that means green now has to get a stop and a score to keep from running. Now that situation is extremely game-like, and it's extremely valuable in helping prepare your team for those crucial possessions at the end of games. Now when we play a game and we're on the bench and the bench is yelling, "Okay, we have to score," or "Okay, we have to get a stop," then those aren't just empty words. Those are actually an encouraging reminder to the players on the court that they've already done this before. They've been in this situation dozens of times, and all they need to do is revert back to the way that they've been trained, revert back to the way that they've practiced, and to either get a stop or get a score.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
Try this. I think you'll like it. And I think that you'll find that once you consistently win the game of runs, then you're going to consistently win more games. Hey everybody, it's Dave Strickland. What I want to talk to you about today are the 2 golden rules of substituting. Now, rule 1 says that a coach must know his players inside and out. He's got to know their strengths, their weaknesses, how they're going to respond in pressure situations. He has to completely understand what they can do against various defenses and against various types of defenders, both on an offensive and a defensive standpoint. He has to know everything there is to know about those players. If not, then substituting is just guesswork. It's just a crapshoot at best. Now, rule number 2 is just as easy to understand, but much harder to implement for a lot of coaches. And this rule says that all substitutions should only be made to improve your team's chances of winning the game. Now, what that means is you don't play people just to play them. There has to be a reason to put a substitute into the game. It doesn't matter if his mom's the president of your booster club. It doesn't matter if he's the hardest worker on your team. It doesn't matter if he hasn't played in the last couple of games and you feel sorry for him and want to get him in. You only substitute if it improves your chances of winning the game. Now, last night, the Houston Rockets played in Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals against the LA Clippers. And the LA Clippers had a 19-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Rockets coach Kevin McHale substituted, and James Harden came out of the game. Well, the Rockets went on a run and started closing the gap and eventually won the game and came back from 19 to win the game and force a Game 7. James Harden never got back off the bench. Came off with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, sat the entire fourth quarter, never got back in. And this is one of the most prolific scorers in the game today and a definite NBA MVP candidate. But Kevin McHale was following rule number 2. Unless he could help the chances of winning the game, there was no reason to put him back in. And the group that was in that game was playing well. They were in rhythm. They were on a roll. They were in sync. And obviously it was the right move because not only did they catch the Clippers, but they went on to win the game. Sometimes that's the hardest rule to implement. Even if it means keeping one of your best players on the bench, do not substitute unless it improves your chances of winning the game. And as long as everybody on your team and everybody in your program realizes that's how things work, and as long as you are consistent in this approach from game to game and season to season, then everybody's going to know what to expect, and you're going to have a better team because of it.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains May 2nd through the 12th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.